Hello friends, today we are going to see how to automatically get notified by Google Cloud whenever your charges are whenever your charges go above certain amount, right? You want to, it's very simple to do that, and you want to do that because if you don't do that, then you will have no idea how much you are getting charged, and you will have to go and look it up all the time. So it's better to get notified when a payment or the charges cross a certain threshold. So let's see how to do that in Google Cloud. So in order to do that, what we will do is we will create something called budget or budgets, one or more budgets if you want to do multiple. What it allows us to do is it allows us to keep track of our actual Google Cloud expenses, or the amount of money that we have spent against how much we can afford to spend, right? So if you are learning and you just are trying to just understand how GCP works, your budget will be small. Or if you are working for an enterprise, their budget will be higher, right? So based on how much you can afford to spend, you want to keep track that you don't cross that. And in order to do that, we are going to use something called budgets, GCP budgets. So we can simply specify the amount of we can specify the time period for the budget when we are creating the budget that we will see in the demo. We can configure the budgets for monthly, quarterly, yearly, or custom time ranges. What it means is we can say that this particular budget amount that we are specifying, it is for the entire month, or it is for a quarter, or it is for an entire year, or it is a custom range, right? So maybe you want to do 10 days or 15 days or 7 days, right? However you want, you can mix it up, right? And you can also define the scope of the budget. So example, you say that this particular budget that I am setting up, it is only for a particular service like a virtual machine, or cloud functions or cloud run, or you can say that this particular budget applies to the entire project, one or more project, or all the projects. You can specify what this particular budget applies to. And at the same time, you can set the budget amount to the total that you specify, or base the amount based on previous months spent, right? So if there is a pattern, like you always spend $10 or $100 a month, you can kind of baseline your spending based on that, and Google will actually baseline that for you if your account is old, and then it will suggest you that based on your previous few months expenses, you are spending $100 roughly per month, right? So you may want to set that as your threshold amount, right? But again, you can change that, you don't have to go with that. And again, everything, like everything else, you can set up triggers, and one of those trigger is actually to get an email alert on your email account saying that you are about to cross the threshold, or you have actually crossed the threshold, right? So these are the features of the AWS budget. So let's go and see how to actually create the budgets, and it's pretty easy to do. So let's go do it. Okay, so I'm in the GCP console, and if I click on the drop down to select the resources, I have an organization setup. So you can see this drop down has two options for me, my organization name and another option called no organization. You probably do not have organization setup, so let's just go with no organization. I will select that, and next from here I will go to billing. I have it pinned over here, but if you do not, then you can just scroll down and you can go there. And once you are there, it is going to show you all the billing accounts that you have set up. Particularly, let me explain what billing account is. Billing account is when you sign up for AWS, when you create the project, it will prompt you, hey, you need to create some sort of way to pay for that particular project, right? So you must have entered your credit card number or your debit card number and things like that, and it would have created an account called billing account for you. That's the billing account I'm talking about. So just go to that particular billing account that you have created, and if you look on the left hand side, you get so many options. One of the option is called budgets and alerts, so let's go there. And if you do not have any budget created, it will just show you create budget. So we click on that, and this is what we will name this budget as over $5, right? And we will say that's my monthly range. So you can name it whatever you want, and we will say that this particular budget applies to all the services, and it should include all the discounts and promotions and all those sort of things. Then we say next, and then we specify the amount, right? So based on the specified amount, a static amount that you want to put in here, or you want to make it based on the last month's spend. We do not have any spending last month, so we will say based on the amount, and I'm gonna put $5 in here. And you can see that this particular arrow or this particular line shows up at $5. Click on next. Now here we can set some sort of threshold alerts, right? So the first alert, by default Google will give you 3 alerts, right? At the 50% of your budget, when it is spent, it crosses the 50% of your budget, it triggers an alert. At 90% it triggers an alert, and at 100% it triggers an alert. You do not have to keep these 3. You can definitely delete one of them if you do not want that. So I'm just gonna delete the 90% one, and you can see you can delete it, or you can add one more saying I want to add it at 75%, right? And based on that, whether it should actually be an actual or forecasted, right? What it means is when my actual expense crosses 50% of my budget, send me an alert, or the forecasted expense. Forecasted as in if Google says that based on the last 1 week you have spent 25 cents, it looks like another 7 days you are gonna spend another 25 cents, right? So 50 cents will be your amount. It will not give you a trigger if you are on forecasted, right? And it will even not give you a trigger if you are on actual. So forecasted is something that Google will figure out, right? So better example will be, let's say this week you spent $2, right? And Google said that hey, you spent $2 in 7 days. Based on that, we forecast that you are gonna spend another $2 next week, so it will be more than $2.5, right? $2.50, and then it will just send you a trigger if you have it selected as a forecasted. If you have it as an actual, then it will send you the alert only after that threshold amount is met, or the percentage of the threshold is met. So that's the difference between actual and threshold. And then you get options saying how do you want to get notified. So email alerts to billing admins and users. So if you have set up this account by yourself, most probably you are the billing admin, so you will just get an alert by yourself. If you want to notify somebody else, which is not associated with this particular account in any way, or is not a billing admin or a user, you can say link monitoring email notification channels to this budget. Then you select a particular project, right? So we don't have any, so that's how it is. But this will allow you to link your monitoring email notification channels to the budget, and that's how you can send emails to more than one people, or the people who are not part of this project, right? Or you can create a pops up topic, and you can get a notification, and then from the pops up topic you can do tons of things, right? So keep in mind one thing, that you are setting alerts. This will not stop your project, right? If you think that, hey, because I have set up this alert, when $5, my threshold billing amount is more than $5, Google will stop all my project and everything. No, that will not happen. You will keep incurring charges. This is more like your information purpose. This has nothing to do with disabling the billing. There are ways to do that, but that's little too advanced for this. But this is, keep in mind that this is for information purpose. It is not going to stop or put a cap. You are not putting a cap on your budget, on your account, billing account. You are just getting notified. That is it. And once you do that, you just click on finish, and that's pretty much it. Now every time if I spend more than $5, or if I spend $2.50, I will get an email. Then again, I will get another email at $3.75, and then I will get an email at $5. So it's pretty easy. It literally takes 5 minutes to set this up, and you want to do that. Please do not just ignore this. Please do that, because there are so many horror stories I have read on Reddit, where people have ended up spending ton of money without knowing how much they are spending, and by the time they come to know this, which is end of the month, it's too late. Then you have to go through tons of things to ask Google and ask them to forgive that amount, and you don't want to go there, right? So put some thresholds, create some budgets, and apply them, and do it that way. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I will try my best to answer them. Have a nice day. Bye bye.